guys, don't mind my pajama shirt. I have just crawled out of bed and I'm just like, whatever. Anywho, today's going to be a video about some reviews on some products that I bought. Most of them are a cheaper brand. We're going to be focusing mostly on the new Lumi drops from L'Oreal. This is the lighter color. I actually have the darker one, which has more of a really kind of like gold, shiny look. And so these drops are True Match Lumi line, and they're like supposed to be like some glow boosting drops. You can either apply them to your face alone first before anything, or just alone if you don't feel like you need foundation, or you can take the drops and mix them in your foundation. I'm going to be mixing them in my foundation today. I did try the darker ones the day before yesterday, because I like to buy new products and not just try them one time on camera with you guys. I like to give them a little bit more than just 1 or 2 chances to make sure that I can really give it an honest review. I mixed it in with the 24-hour Infallible Pro Glow foundation, and I got it in a lighter color because I was originally mixing it in with the darker Lumi drops. And I didn't have a great experience with it. I went out and my foundation started to break apart on my T-zone, and I wasn't really too happy with that. It was a little embarrassing that my foundation started to fade out on my T-zone, and it was so obvious that I had somebody come up and tell me that my foundation was literally breaking apart. And so I was really unhappy about that, but we're going to give it a try today again, and I'm going to do it with the lighter drops. I was going to go ahead and purchase the True Match Blendable Foundation, which I used to use before. As you can see, this is an old bottle. The reason I stopped using this was actually because my pores seem to have started to open up when I was using this foundation. I never had that issue before. And so I kind of gave it a break, and I said I'm just going to stop, using it for a while. So it was a great foundation, as in it was very blendable, and there was great coverage, and it lasts most of the day, but I just felt like it wasn't healthy for my skin, you know what I mean? So scratch that out. We're going to try the Infallible again. I feel like if these drops really do work, they should work with any type of foundation, mixing them in. Or I believe that the Lumi look, the glow that it's supposed to give you, should show anyway. I've already moisturized my face with some Clinique moisturizing gel. I just started using this 3-step skincare from Clinique, and it's basically a facial wash. This green bottle is the first step, and then it comes with a face toner, which is this pink bottle right here, and then the lotion. Let me take it out so you guys can see. We're not going to really talk too much about this because I just started using it. The reason why I purchased the package was because when I walked into Ulta's, I was looking for a cream that would remove my makeup so that I'm not constantly rubbing my face really hard with wipes, because I usually use like charcoal wipes, which are awesome, but I feel like I'm rubbing my skin too much, and my skin ends up red and sometimes really dry, and I wanted to go with something that was more, how should I say it, delicate on the face. So I heard really good things about Clinique Take the Day Off, and this is a good makeup remover. And so while I was purchasing this, I saw that they had, I tested this out, that's what it was. They had a little tester, and I was like, oh, let me just, and I went to put it on my hand, and I was like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome. So I purchased the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, and this is what it looks like, guys. So I bought that package because the package was kind of like a value package that was on sale, and I was like, this is awesome, I'm still getting it, because Clinique is kind of pricey, guys, is up there. So I bought this package. If you guys are interested, one day I will make a tutorial on how I use it and what exactly are the names of the products, because I think there's actually 2 different 3-step packages. That actually is expensive, so we're not going to go there. That was not a pharmacy thing. I went to Ulta's and bought that. I was just glad that it was like a value set that I can get on sale, because Clinique is really expensive. But I did go to the pharmacy, and I got those Lumi drops along with the L'Oreal foundation. One of those like petty scrapers for your feet, the machine ones. But when you go to the pharmacy sometimes, like CVS, they're like really expensive. I think that they're overpriced, in all honesty, and I'm sure it's because of the pharmacy, because when I went to Walmart or other places, they were cheaper, but they were still expensive. They were like in the 30s. In CVS and in Rite Aid, they were like priced at $60 and $50, which is ridiculous, because if it's priced at $35 somewhere else, why are you selling this thing for $60 to $50 something dollars? Anyway, I was like, I'm not getting it. I'm gonna wait until like a cheaper brand comes out, or until I get it like on sale. So when I was at Ulta's purchasing the Clinique package, I saw that they had the petty, I don't know what they call it. They're like little petty machines. They look like this. This is a cheaper brand though. And they had it for 25 bucks, and I was like, oh, I want it, but then I didn't get it because something was telling me there's a cheaper one out there. You just have to wait. And I waited. Got the Equate one. The box is kind of jacked out because it was really difficult to get into. But this is the Equate and this is the little machine, right? It comes like this. It takes 4 AA batteries, and it comes with an extra scrapey, rolly thingy, whatever you want to call it. I feel like my lips are dry. I need something. So I was like, oh my god, 15 bucks. Like, I'm so getting it. Purchased it, came home to use it. It is such a crappy machine. I'm sorry, Equate. I love Equate because Equate has, their brand is cheaper, and they have a lot of things for cheaper that you can find and you can afford, and they're really good. Like their medicines are Tylenols, their cheaper brand of Tylenol, their sleeping pills, stuff like that. Equate has a lot of stuff like, a lot of products for your nails and feet. but this one product has like really no power, and the stone feels a little rough, but when you start to begin to use it, it does very minimal on your feet. And so, and the funny thing is that my feet are not that bad. Like, I don't have cracked heels. Some women and men have really cracked heels where you like really need to get in there and scrape and use maybe even a blade, you know, the foot blade, the foot scrapers that they use at the nail salon. But mine are not that bad. They're just a little dry from the work boots that I use for my job. And so it doesn't really take much. And this thing didn't really work. I was using it, no lie, for a half an hour on one foot. And it was doing really nothing at all. It was 15 bucks. I got really excited about it. But I got excited for no reason because I guess the price matches the quality of the product. And I was not happy with that. I'm sorry, Quaid, but I'm just being honest. So there goes that. Now we're going to begin. I already moisturized my face with the Clinique. I need to use some moisturizer for my lips because my lips are dry. I'm going to be using Revlon Kiss Balm. I love these. They're so awesome. They smell and taste really good. Not that you should be eating it, but when I lick my lips, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm going to use some of this. It's good stuff, bro. I primed with Professional. This is like a mattifying gel, and it's really good for when you have pores or your T-zone gets really oily. So I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but I think I did state that I don't feel that I have to buy the whole line of makeup, like the True Match Lumi Lumination foundation, because they do have a Lumi foundation. And it wasn't that expensive, actually. When I went to the pharmacy and looked it up, the actual True Match Lumi foundation, it's a pretty nice size bottle. It's bigger than the regular first True Match foundation that came out, the blendable one. And it was bigger than that one, and it was only $8.99, which is not bad. But I want to see how good these drops are. So I don't want to buy the whole line of Lumi, which is everything that glows. So I'm going to try the Infallible Pro Glow again, and we're going to see how that works. And to be honest with you, this is called Pro Glow, but it's like it says Radiant Finish, but it's more like a hydrating one. It's not like a illuminated foundation. It's not like that. The Lumi foundation that I was speaking of just a few minutes ago, that was illuminating foundation. This is more like a Radiant Finish. It's a hydrating foundation. And I've been feeling like I need some hydration. So I didn't think that it would be a good idea to try it with a matte. I don't know, guys, but we're going to try it like this, okay? And that's that. You're just going to have to take it because I'm giving it to you that way, and that's it. I bought these in the pharmacy for like 99 cents for a pack. I think it came like 20 or maybe even more in a pack. They're the cheap, you know, eyeshadow applicators, but sometimes I take off the piece of cotton and I use them to mix in my foundation with, you know, other stuff. So that's what we're going to be using today. I'm going to take some foundation and I'm going to put it into this plastic slat that I have. And then I'm going to take the Lumi drops. 1, 2, 3, okay, and 4. They're really liquidy. And the reason why I'm putting 4 drops and not less than that is because I have quite a bit of foundation here. So we're just going to mix it with this applicator, this little homemade applicator that I'm using. It says on the back of the foundation itself, why can't I get this right? Infallible, I think it's Infallible, I don't know. If I'm wrong, please comment below and let me know. It's a medium coverage, it's radiant, it's supposed to be for 24 hours, and the texture is air light. And they're right about that, it is air light. I'm just hoping that it lasts on me today. I'm hoping that the primer that I use, which is a mattifying gel primer that I use on my T-zone, is going to help me to keep that foundation on today for longer. But anyway, in the back of the foundation, it tells you that you should apply it with a shake well, dot onto skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. So I'm going to be using my beauty blender. It's not really that damp. It's very minimal dampness because I washed it last night, so it's kind of already drying up. But I don't want it to be super damp because I've already explained to you guys that this foundation is a moisturizing foundation, and it's already liquidy, and so are the drops, and I don't want to cause any more wetness in there so that the foundation breaks up. So I'm just going to dip my beauty blender into that mixture there, and we're going to dab this bad boy on. Oh, we're going to dab and roll. Okay. And press. Roll and press. Roll and press. I kind of prepped my eyebrows prior to everything because I woke up this morning and I had to go to my mailbox to check my mailbox, and my eyebrows was looking kind of jacked up, honey. So I was like, I am not going outside like this, mess around and bump into somebody while I'm getting my mail, and one of my eyebrows is like this and the other one's like that. No. So far, if you guys can tell, I do feel like it's glowing in a way. Still a little bit of redness here, but I'm going to try to build it up in that area, my troubled areas. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover the next side. I think I am kind of liking the glow. It has a nice, like, natural luminous look to it. But I still feel like it is like a very airy texture because it's so thin and like really just lightweight, which is not a bad thing. But for people who like heavy coverage, I don't think that this is it. I would say it's like a light to medium coverage. We're going to test out if it's buildable because we still have to put some on that side where I said, on this side where I said I have some redness there. So we're going to see like what happens. Oh, I forgot to mention. When I was talking about using a mattifying primer, and I showed you guys that I use a professional. There's another one that I want to tell you guys about really quickly. Where is it at? I should have put it here. Yeah, I did. It's from Becca, and it's a really expensive one. I mean, this little tiny bottle, I think, cost me about $30. So that's pretty pricey for a tiny little thing like this. I don't know, but it's called Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. It's really, really matte, and like any pores that you have, it will like it will make them invisible for that time being. It's a lot more expensive than the one that I applied today. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Okay, so before we move on, I am getting like a constant creasing around my eyes that I feel like I have to keep pressing into because I guess because the foundation is so loosely and like airy and just liquidy, and maybe putting the drops makes it more liquidy because the drops are very like watery drops. But I'm even getting creases by my forehead where my wrinkles are. Like I never get creases up there. I usually don't like bake with powder before I contour. But I'm starting to feel like I'm going to need to do that today, guys, because it's really creasing up like everywhere. And it's really driving me crazy. I have It by My Pores powder, so I'm hoping that's going to help. I think I only used this like one time before. So let's see if it's going to help us like with this creasing issue, because it's like, what the hell? We got to like press in again just to make sure that the creases are out before we apply. And I'm going to bake because, honey, this foundation, you need to bake with it because it is too liquidy and it is driving me insane. I'm even going to have to put some up here. I have to put some on my forehead. The struggle is real. It is true and it is real. What is up with this damn powder? It's like all over the place. Why? Okay. I don't usually ever put this much powder on, but I kind of really felt like I had to with this foundation. Okay. Let's see if I can... I don't know. I'm having some trouble here. I think I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. Alright, what are we doing? I'm going to take this non-name brand brush to powder all this damn... No. I'm going to take this non-name brush to brush all this powder off. That creasing was really getting on my nerves. I'm hoping that this powder helped with that, because it was... Why do I feel like that made me look like really pale? Why do I feel like that powder just dried up everything? Why do I feel like my face looks like it's gonna crack right now? Guys, is it just me? I feel like it took away the whole entire shine that was going on. Okay. This is not working. It's not working for me. I'm trying to think of what the hell else I can do to make this foundation and these damn drops work for me today. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying here. I don't know. I really feel like this powder just sucked up the whole entire glow and moisture that was happening here. And like in the areas where I still see some shine, the powder made my face look cracked. I have like flakes right here, and that wasn't there before. That wasn't there before. Alright. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to start all over again. I don't know what else to do. Okay, so that was bad, guys. Like, I still have the foundation and this horrific powder on my face. I'm not sure if the powder does that all the time or if it just did it right now because of the foundation being such a thin layer on my face, and maybe it just literally soaked up all of whatever foundation was on my face. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to be using NYX Strict Off water. I just bought this the other day. It was a cheap makeup remover. It's like $6.99 for this big bottle. I'm going to say cotton ball. It's not the greatest remover. I have used it twice before, but I feel like because this foundation and whatever I have on my face is so thin, it should be okay with removing all of it without a problem. This is a nightmare so far, guys, but we're going to try again. We're going to try again, because if you fail one time, you should at least try a second time. I like to try 2 or 3 or 4 times, or sometimes even more than that. We're not giving up. We're going to really try. I really liked the way it looked when I first started to apply it, and this is why I don't like makeup remover, because I feel like I have to rub against my skin like really hard in order to get the product out, and I just don't appreciate it because of that. Even, this is the first time that I'm using it with something that was such a thin layer of product on my face, and I still had to like rub my face with a cotton ball to get it off. You don't want to like rub the crap out of your face when you're removing your makeup, because that's just going to give you wrinkles and it's going to cause more redness and all types of other issues. So that's that with that product. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to be re-moisturizing my face with my Clinique moisturizer. This is gonna be a long video, guys. Just letting you know ahead of time. We're gonna be reapplying the Professional. We're gonna do this different this time. I'm not gonna use that powder because obviously it was a disaster. What I'm gonna do is reapply the foundation and the drops again, mixed in. Or should we do the drops first and then the foundation? I'm gonna mix it in. I'm gonna mix it in. Because I feel like if I'm gonna put it before the foundation, like alone, then it should just be alone. I feel like putting it alone is for people who have like almost just flawless skin and they don't have any, you know, redness or acne or scarring on their face, and they have a nice smooth canvas, and putting it alone is just giving you like a little bit of a glow when you have nice skin already. But we need some foundation, honey. We need some foundation on this face. We ain't going outside without foundation on this face. It's not happening. Not today, tomorrow. We're gonna speed through this process, okay? Where it was creasing, I'm putting less product than I did before because I'm gonna have to do something with that area in order for it not to crease again. So I'm trying to put as less as possible, and I'm gonna keep dabbing with the dry part of the beauty blender so that it picks up whatever excess product is in that area. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the same thing on our forehead because we're having the same issue on our foreheads. Okay, so here we go. I still see some like red areas. I'm gonna try to like build it up. Okay, so before we continue, it's giving me like a nice, you know, illumination kind of look, you know, like a glow. Having some trouble here. Like, I like the way that it's glowing, but I don't feel like the coverage is blending so well on my face. I'm not sure if it's the foundation itself or if it's the drops that are making the foundation that way, because the drops are so liquidy and adding such a thin consistency to the other type of liquid is just making it more like thinner. I don't know what's going on. I do honestly like the way that it's glowing, so I'm just gonna, you know, it's giving it like a nice luminous look. It kind of like when you're close up to it, if you guys can't tell, it kind of looks like you have like very small, very tiny particles of like glitter on your face. So I guess that's how it makes it look a little luminous, but I'm not liking how the foundation is laying on my skin. It's not looking really too well. It's not giving me too much coverage. It's kind of like spotty too. But we're just going to continue on, and I'm going to use some of the True Match powder. It's like a concealer powder, and I'm going to use that to conceal under my eyes where I'm still getting a little bit of creasing. I'm not getting that much because I didn't put that much product, because you saw what happened earlier, but this is why we're going to use this time around to see if it helps a little bit. So it comes with a little pad. Just going to wipe that on there. And I'm going to dab. Trying to get in those creases because I don't want them to show. And I'm just going to use this product to cover up the lid as well, because like I said, we didn't put too much product on there because of the creasing that was happening earlier with the foundation and the drops mixed. And we're going to do the same thing to our forehead because our forehead is still creasing. I'm getting a little frustrated, but I'm really trying here. Really trying. Okay, so that looks better. You know, because you don't want creasing on your troubled areas. You don't want creasing under your eyelid. You don't want creasing on the top of your eyelid. And you sure hell don't want no creasing on your forehead. Because that's bad. So now I have kind of like a matte look there. Okay, I give up. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's not working. The powder looks disgusting that I just put. It's just like, I don't think that these drops or this foundation is meant for me. I think I tried. I think I tried. It's not. I don't like it. It's like plastery. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so bad. I feel that the luminous, I like the whole luminous look. I like the glow. I'm more of a matte kind of girl, but you know, who doesn't like some glow on their face every now and then to make them look hydrated and healthy, right? But this is not working. I think that maybe this would work better for someone who has flawless skin and is just looking for some glow. It's not working for me. I don't have flawless skin. And there's hardly no coverage. And it's too liquidy. It's too thin. It's just breaking apart. I haven't even had it on for an hour and it's already like breaking apart. It's breaking apart like everywhere. It's breaking apart by my upper lip, in my chin area. It's just, guys, this is like a freaking disaster. I'm sorry. I was thinking that this was gonna be a review that was gonna be like awesome, and it's just, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe if I try it with a different foundation, a matte foundation, maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't break apart. Maybe I should try it with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, because this foundation is like really, really thick and strong. Maybe if I try it with a thick and strong foundation, because I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy. I'm losing it here because I'm running out of ideas. I'm literally gonna give this one more try for you guys, but after this, I think I'm gonna give up on the whole Lumi drops thing from L'Oreal, because this is a disaster, and I just honestly feel like it's really meant for people with flawless skin. But we're gonna try again. I'm gonna stop talking crap, and we're gonna try again. Okay, we're back. I had to wash my face like thoroughly because it was just such a hot mess that I just didn't want to like deal with it or use that NYX water makeup remover again. And as you can see, my face is a little irritated right now because I have already tried twice. I'm kind of like, I just like regular foundation that is not so, you know what, I don't know what I like. I just like for it to look good on my damn face. That's all I like. So we're gonna try this again, guys. This is such a hot mess. This is the last time I'm trying with these drops. I'm telling you right now. I don't like giving up, but this is the fourth time, because like I said before, I tried these drops the other day off camera with the foundation, and I was embarrassed when I went out for dinner because my foundation started to break apart and it made my face look really bad. So I'm gonna try with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I had some trouble with this foundation in the beginning because it was so thick and I felt like it dried up my skin. But I gave it a chance, a couple of chances, and so I found that when you put heavy moisturizer and you dampen your beauty blender really, really well, like more moist than usual, it does apply nicely. It'll apply nicely and it'll blend in if you press in, and you know, I have a highlight and contour video where I use this foundation and I basically explain in detail how to press it into your skin. And so it worked out for me after that, and I was like, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I already re-moisturized my face for the third time today, and we're gonna go ahead and put some damn primer, okay? Drops. Applicator, mix it in. It doesn't tell you on the back of the bottle how many drops you should use. I guess they just feel like you use as many drops as you want. I'm trying to put just enough to give it some glow. I don't want to put too much and then mess up the consistency of the foundation. So now I'm going to reapply this with the Estee Lauder Double Wear this time and the drops. Okay, so there's some coverage. I feel actually like there's less coverage with the Double Wear now that I mixed it in with the drops. I'm starting to feel that maybe because the drops are so liquidy and watery, they do change the consistency, the texture of whatever foundation you're using. It doesn't matter what foundation you're using. Because usually this foundation alone gives me full coverage, and I don't feel like it is right now. I feel like it's giving me like medium to full. Like you can obviously see that there's a difference from this side to the other, but I still see some redness here, and I usually don't see spotty redness with this foundation. Like usually this foundation, I'm telling you, it's so thick that it covers like everything. I'm gonna just do the other side. Honey, I'm trying here. I'm gonna try to build it up with some more foundation because I'm feeling like I'm not getting the full coverage that I usually get with my Estee Lauder Double Wear alone. So I'm gonna just dab on some more on top of what I already applied to see if I can get some full coverage here to get rid of that redness that I have that's breaking through the foundation and showing. We're going to try to blend this really, really well to see what we get. Okay. Let me contour. I'm going to be using this really inexpensive bronzer. It's called a luminous bronzer actually. It's called Beauty Rush. I think this was actually from Victoria's Secret. I bought it a while ago. As you can tell, it's gone. But I liked it because it was cheap and it worked for me for the moment. So we're not really doing much of a contour. We're just bronzing right now. It's not really as pigmented as other bronzers that I use, which is why, you know, I guess why it was so inexpensive. And I'm not really much of a Victoria's Secret cosmetics person. I do like their lip glosses, I'm not gonna lie. They have some nice matte lip glosses, and just I don't like their metallic lip glosses because I feel like there's no pigmentation in them and you can't even tell that they're metallic really. They kind of just give you like a regular shine. So I'm just doing a quick bronzing, you know, a little bit of a contouring Nothing, you know, major or specific. I just want to get this look going to see, you know, how it ends up, because we know, you guys know, you're seeing if you're watching what I went through. And now I'm going to conceal. I'm obviously not going to use the True Match powder concealer that we used earlier, because I think that the color was wrong, even though it's supposed to be the right lighter color to go with the foundation. But it didn't look right, and I did. So I'm going to use my Tarte Shade Tape Concealer like I always do. I'm going to be using the light one because I feel like it's a little dark. A little darker than it should be in these areas for some reason. I don't know if it's the red that's breaking through again on my face and it's making me look just like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just don't. And if it's too light, you know, it's nothing that we can't fix with some more bronzer. I'm just adding some more bronzer around, a little bit around where I conceal, because I feel like it made me look a little bit too pale. So I'm just trying to add some color. I don't want to darken it too much like I did before. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator, the one that I said you can use as a primer or a highlighter, and we're going to use that as a highlighter. So I'm going to take just a little dot, and I'm going to just dot it onto my higher points of my cheek, you know, where I usually highlight. I'm going to try to blend that in just with my finger. I feel like this is more of a illuminator than the drops are, in all honesty. Even though the drops did give me somewhat of a glow with my foundation, I just feel like it's giving me such a problem with mixing it into my foundation. Why do I feel like every time I use like one of these Lumi L'Oreal products, like it moves my foundation around too much? There's like a little red spot here. Like it's breaking apart the foundation there too when I just put this thing on. Like, what the hell? Okay, so I applied the Lumi highlighter, primer and highlighter to my nose to try to shine up my nose, and it moved my foundation, and now my foundation is kind of breaking through. I'm really trying here. This is like terrible. So I know I had originally stated on my Instagram that I was going to have a face-off with the L'Oreal products, illuminating products, and NYX's, compared to NYX's illuminating products. I feel that NYX has some really good quality products for their price, and L'Oreal is supposed to be a cheaper like brand, but the illuminating drops were about like $15, and I think that highlighter, primer and highlighter was up just a few, maybe like $1 or $2 cheaper. NYX was a lot cheaper than the L'Oreal was, like a few dollars cheaper, like a couple of dollars cheaper. And I feel like they were better products. I'm not going to be doing the NYX cosmetic comparison today. I'm going to have to give my face a break because I feel like this was like a complete disaster. It looks terrible, guys. Like, I tried. I really did. It just looks really bad. And it wasn't even the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, because like I said, I did have a problem with it in the beginning. But with certain types of products, foundations, creams, primers, highlighters, any type of thing that you're using, there's certain ways that certain products have to be used. You know, like I said, the Double Wear, I found that it started working for me when I started using more moisturizer. And I, you know, just really pressed it in with my really damp beauty blender. Like, I just had to add as much moisture to the foundation, you know, and preparing it as I could so that it wouldn't be so thick, cakey, and dry. But you guys saw it for yourself. I tried the drops with the Infallible Pro Glow foundation twice. The first time was with the IT powder, and then the second time I did with the IT powder, and it just kind of like dried up my face like so bad. Now I figured, well, let me, you know, mix the drops with a a long wear foundation, because maybe if it's a long wear foundation and it's not like a moisturizing foundation or some radiant foundation, the double wear from Estee Lauder is a very thick long wear foundation. Still, even with that, I still have, you know, like the foundation broke apart and you can see like some redness in certain areas of my skin. I basically builded up the foundation to give it some more coverage, even though this is a full coverage. I've never had an issue with this foundation being a full coverage before, but I guess the drops are such a liquidy, watery consistency that what it's doing is that it's breaking up whatever type of foundation that you're using. So I'm gonna go ahead and just call it like it is, and I'm gonna say that this was my third or fourth time trying, my third time on camera, and I tried with the different foundations and it's still not working. I feel that these drops cannot be mixed in with a foundation because they will take the foundation mixture and turn it into something else that foundation isn't originally. It's just gonna liquefy it more. Try to explain it in as much detail as possible so that you guys could understand what it was that I went through today with this. I was gonna just like pop on some eyeshadow and, you know, and try to work it out with some setting spray, but before I could even put some setting spray on, if your foundation is breaking apart and you can see your skin under, who the hell wants to set that on their face? I don't want to set a half-assed job on my face. I don't want to put setting spray on something that's already breaking apart and showing my skin. So I'm not going to do it, guys. I'm not going to finish the video. I'm not going to freaking put setting spray on this and then walk around with red spots on my face because this mixture is breaking apart. It's just not going to happen. Okay, what I am going to freaking do after my skin has been through so much damn trouble, I'm going to take off my makeup and I'm going to do my Clinique 3-step, hoping that it can restore my skin. I'm very disappointed. But there you have it, guys. Completely blunt and honest review from me on the Lumi drops from L'Oreal. There you have it. When I come back, I'm going to come back with a video that's going to be satisfying to both of us. It's going to be satisfying to my face. It's going to be satisfying for YouTube. It's not going to be a product that's not going to work. It's going to work, and I'm going to prove that to you.